This is a graph showing the results of an athlete's Wingate test before and after a period of anaerobic training. The green line is the pre-training graph, and the blue line is the graph from the test after a period of training. The biggest difference is that the blue line reaches a much higher peak power output. So the person has generated much more power, and over the 30 seconds that the test runs for, it has decreased a much slower rate, and it's decreased much less over the 30 seconds. And this is called the fatigue index, the percentage of which, the percentage of the the percentage of the peak power output that the power generated decreases by over the 30 seconds is called the fatigue index. So the fatigue index after the training would be a lot lower. This is because the peak power output is higher because muscle hypertrophy will have happened in the muscle fibers. So the muscle fibers will be stronger and the motor units will be working more efficiently. And the fatigue index will be lower because the muscles have a better resistance to lactic acid, and the body's PC stores have got a bigger ATP PC system. No, the body's PC stores have got bigger, so the ATP PC system can be used for longer before the body has to use the lactic acid system, which will produce a lot of lactic acid and cause the muscles to fatigue. The skeletal adaptations to exercise, to a period of training, that there'll be an increase in the thickness and the strength of tendons. There will be increased flexibility of ligaments, so they become more stretchy, and there will be an increased range of motion in the joints. So having stronger ligaments and tendons and more flexible ligaments will lead to an increased range of motion, and mean that if you went over on your ankle, you're less likely to cause a sprain or to pull or damage any of the ligaments, because they're stronger and can flex more, so that the joint is stronger and there's less you're not as likely to have a serious injury. The cartilage in joints will become thicker, so the cartilage between the bones in your knees becomes thicker, which again reduces the risk of injury. There's a reduced risk of osteoporosis, a strengthening, and the bone tissue strengthens and becomes more dense, and there's an increase in calcium in the bones. There's a reduced risk of osteoarthritis, which is a very painful condition, and due to greater synovial fluid production. So there's more synovial fluid, so that the bones can move more freely over the cartilage. So it's not painful when you don't feel an athlete wouldn't feel the movement and wouldn't be in any pain. And also, because of the greater synovial fluid production, there's an increased range of motion, which again reduces the risk of injury. and your functional, all of these will help to increase a person's functional mobility and independence as they start to get older, and increase and progress through their life, and their body starts to get older as well.